We have what we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
Right you are.
Are you trying to provoke me?
How dare you? This can't be how it should have known I'd not measure up. How dare you?
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
You're the Arisen, aye? There's aught I'd ask of you. A personage of great esteem is to return from Batal to Vermin. I speak of Sir Augustin. He is a noble and the leading voice of opposition against the Queen Regent. Your aid is requested in guarding his ox cart as it travels the high road. As a potential ally to your cause, 'twould do you no favors if he were to come to harm. I trust you will cooperate. And bear in mind that this is a matter of the utmost secrecy. Not even the captain of the guard has been informed of it. You have your orders. Read them, and follow them to the letter!
Let us make haste, that no life may be lost on our account.
Look at my wares.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession to craft things for you in my spec.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. I'm only glad to have proven my worth.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Do come again.
Your healing magics will play a pivotal role in the battles to come, Master.
None shall harm the Arisen so long as I draw breath. I suppose we might as well gather what we can. We shall await you here, Master.
training.
Would that all my days were so true.
Want some in a real battle? I'll prove my worth.
They wish they were in my boots.
My sword arm could use some work.
Sir Augustine is to return to Vermund. Mayhap I ought pretend I ne'er heard that. He and my mother are politically opposed, you see. A fact for which he was effectively exiled. He'll find no safe harbor here. If you mean to escort him, you'd best be cautious, friend. Glad I am to see you well. I've been wondering how you were getting on. Have you learned aught of the intent behind that letter? 'Twould seem my mother has joined hands with a Batali researcher to achieve her purpose. Which, according to this missive, is to arrange things so that I might rule the kingdom. But I don't understand. Vermund needs no consul. It's found its ruler, its sovereign, pretender though he may be. To say naught of you, does she mean to remove you and the false sovereign both from the picture? Is that what is meant by this tragedy? 'Tis a frightful thought. Yet we are in a much stronger position for having learned of it. You've my gratitude for this. I now know what 'tis I must do.
Wait for the new equipment to come in. All my days were so
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow. Not for it. Can't keep in a real battle.
At least my back's not acting up today.
Whatever am I to do?
Dull. Can't complain, mine.
All this quiet makes me itch to cause a stir.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Always a fresh breeze.
Ought to set my nose to the ground. Any patron will do. So long as they
Work done graciously. It's work
Back again, night after night.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
mayhap I'll go on an adventure of my own. Nice place, this. I mean, no.
My sincerest apologies. Lady Wilhelmina is attending to a patron at present.
Have you given the matter some more thought, Wilhelmina? I would have no other as my personal courtesan. I want you all to myself. When I imagine you in the arms of another, my heart feels apt to rend itself from my breast.
Allard, pray forgive me, but I think 'twould be best for you to leave. We can discuss this matter another time.
But why? We've only just...
I am attending to a burden that all women must bear. I trust I need not elaborate further. I did not take you for the voyeuristic type. Why don't you come in? You have my thanks. Had I not noticed your presence, I might have slain him there and then. 'Tis no jest. You see, everything I've done these past few years has been leading up to this. I am here to kill him. But I cannot simply end his life. Oh no. I must first expose his misdeeds. Only then will I allow myself to grant him the miserable end he deserves. Or so I'd sworn, but I've yet to find a single shred of evidence. Perhaps the time has come to surrender this crusade. You would lend me your aid. But I've done nary a thing to earn it. And recall that I've devoted years of my life to his pursuit, with naught to show for my troubles. If the proof I seek yet exists, 'twill not be so easily uncovered. I suppose there is truly naught I can do. Save deliver him a gruesome demise for all to behold, that is. Still, if you insist upon searching for evidence of his crimes, 3 days. I will give you 3 days to find what you seek. I shall wait patiently, though not with bated breath.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off patroning
rightly so.
Always the same. They are. Just how I like it. Always sets me to thinking.
Minister Allard is a noble, yes? Do we know of anyone privy to the goings-on in the palace?
I regret to say that I am at a loss.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
We shall await you here, Master.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind. That's your kit.
But not
Let
an
us
expensive
talk
one.
to care. My sword arm could use some work. Such quietude is a blessing.
You wish to expose Allard's misdeeds. I know not whether I can assist you in this, friend. Ah, but of course, Patrick may know aught that could aid you. Go to his manor come nightfall. If you say you are in my employ, you should be allowed entry with no issue.
Dare say I could forget all my troubles here. Whoever's my replacement's in for a boot up the arse.
Dr. Lucas, my head will roll if aught goes awry. Let I'm too old to care. If they only knew. Mayhap I really would have been better off playing.
Comfortable.
Have you heard tell of an ox cart travelling the roads at night? Honestly, I follow every regulation to the letter and only travel during the day. Why can't others do the same?
There's been much talk on the street of this phantom ox cart that travels after sunset. But I've heard rather enough of it. Our hands are full enough as it is.
Rowdy, but I shan't complain.
Captain naught but fry of late.
What a racket! Trade was the ancient, I always say. My feet always is near. Something smells divine.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
I shall be proud to serve you, Arisen. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have but to ask. A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness pawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
Indeed. Well, we shall have to remain watchful, lest one of our company should start showing signs of this sickness.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I? Try all of I can't.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell is, there's been a shift in the chain of command. Regent-kin Sven has been busy, it seems. Shall we meet with Lord Patrick come nightfall? If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
I've no time to be social. I've too much to do.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Quite the predicament.
Let me get that.
What was I to do today? I must check my ledger.
Allard. Long have I borne witness to the man's arrogance, and long has it infuriated me. I visited his manor once. I recall that he was rather particular about the placement of his paintings. Mayhap he's concealed aught behind one. 'Tis just the sort of thing one would expect from a man who places so much stock in appearances. Shall I summon him here? You could make use of his absence to steal into his manor and inspect his art collection. Excellent. I will send word to him presently of some urgent matter that requires his intervention. Once you've seen him depart his manor, make your way inside and stay alert. We may not get a second chance at this.
Only person I believe in is myself.
Let us make for Minister Allard's estate and slip in once we've seen him leave. Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
I suspect this will suffice as proof.
Keep my arms straight and my mind sharp.
Praying, ne'er put gold in my pocket.
Not much going on. I've more time than I know how to spend.
That should sweep up.
To see so many smiles about.
Tad rally. Days like this make me glad.
You have my fullest confidence. To think that the proprietress of the Myrmecolian was plotting such a thing. Under normal circumstances, I would not overlook such a clear admission of murderous intent. But this is Allard we speak of. Of all the Queen Regent's sycophants, he possesses the greatest authority. His fall from grace would do much to further our cause. But where to find the evidence we seek? Perhaps the merchants he deals with possess aught that could serve us. Merchants with connections to Allard will reside in the merchant quarter. Though, they're not likely to divulge their secrets readily. Some piece of physical evidence would be far less easily refuted than mere testimony, I should think. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
That's one piece of evidence in hand. We might search for more, if you are so inclined, Master.
Indeed. You are correct.
Might we not complete our delivery while we're here?
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
I quite agree.
You have my fullest confidence. To think that the proprietress of the Myrmecolian was plotting such a thing, under normal circumstances, I would not overlook such a clear admission of murderous intent. But this is Allard we speak of. His fall from grace would do much to further our cause. Perhaps the merchants he deals with possess aught that could serve us. Merchants with connections to Allard will reside in the merchant quarter. Some piece of physical evidence would be far less easily refuted than mere testimony, I should think. Interesting. So Allard has been leveraging his position to line his pockets, right under the Queen Regent's nose. I doubt she will be happy to learn of this. Yes, this should be more than enough to disgrace him. However, 'tis not enough for me to condone his assassination. Of course, if your intent is not to kill him, but merely denounce him, then I will gladly assist you however I can. I see. Perhaps that would be best. Enlisting the aid of Regent King Sven may shine light on aught we've overlooked. You have my fullest confidence. Mayhap. Regent King Sven's assistance would grant us some beneficial information. This is a memorandum of Allard's. According to this, afore attaining his current status, he was in the employ of a merchant. And in order to claim the merchant's property as his own, He murdered the man and his wife, staging it as an accident. It is a grave affair indeed. Should this article prove genuine, I have every faith 'twould be sufficient to condemn him for all time. The deed was monstrous, and yet, considering my position, I am afraid I cannot condone the man's assassination. I know not the path I should follow. What is your intent going forward, Your Majesty? Very well. I would place my faith in you, Your Majesty. However, know that should he be assassinated, I cannot offer you my aid. Now, pray bear the evidence you've discovered to the Myrmecolian. I will do everything in my power to assist you.
So the captain is willing to aid you only if you do not stain your hands in blood. I hope you shan't disappoint him.
I quite agree. Understood. I shall proceed ahead. We're better prepared than we might have hoped. What we need is already to hand. Pray, follow me. We're here, Master. If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
What was it I had planned for the morrow?
I am the cream of the crop,
Just one last push, and I'll be done for the day. I'm just grateful I got to lead a quiet life. Would that I had a helping hand.
So, you've returned. I confess, I thought you might not. I was ready to settle things myself. Well, did you find what you were looking for? Thank you. I can't believe you found this. All that remains is to end that man's life with my own hands. I've no other tasks for you. This partnership of ours has come to a close. Unless you intend to see this through till the end. You're a curious one, aren't you? But what's just as curious is that I can't bring myself to refuse you. All right, if you're offering your aid, then I'll gladly accept it. Come with me.
A place to soothe the sea.
Allard is in the room to the left. Go in and restrain him for me, would you? Never mind the mask. Consider it a charm of sorts.
At last. It feels like an age. What is this? Who are you?
Don't let him escape.
I do not waste my time on the laity.
hands off me, you fiend! Don't you know who I am? Oh, you're hanged for this impudence!
Oh, Allard. I've always wanted to see you like this.
That voice. Wilhelmina. But why? Why would you?
Do you still fail to recall? Even with this mask staring you in the face. But I suppose for a man such as you, a little murder here or there is hardly worth remembering.
What mockery is this?
In your youth, you slew 2 individuals. The merchant whom you served, and his wife. They had a child, as I am sure you are aware. A newborn babe who was spirited away by her loyal wet nurse.
You mean to tell me you were their child? But how can this be? Your mother, she was a beastren. Surely her child would be one as well.
A fair assumption. But for better or worse, I didn't take after my mother. Save for in one respect. This is for my mother. And this is for my father. The time has come for all your sins to come to light, Allard.
Mr. Allard, has something happened?
We've been noticed. I suppose a scream that hideous was bound to attract some attention. We can't leave the way we came in. Fortunately, there's a window here.
You have done what you set out to do, I trust.
I was afraid I might find you here. I cannot believe you would stoop to such... No. This is not the time. You will be able to slip out the rear entrance. Follow me, and quickly.
That was certainly well handled. I suppose I ought not to have expected any less. Pray, visit me at the Myrmecolian tomorrow evening. I'll prepare aught by way of thanks. Till then, be well.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, where it possible.
Very well. I shall return.
I've more time than I know how to spend. Puts me in the mood for some work.
I cannot believe it. You killed Allard. You realize this could jeopardize our plans for your ascension. I will do what I can to obscure your involvement in this matter. However, bear in mind that you may have to shoulder the burden of your own heedlessness in future.
Look, as long as you see
Shall we get some rest then?
I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Mayhap I ought take stock. See what's needed.
In the meantime, I shall endeavor to procure information that would be of benefit to our cause.
Go on then. Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you.
Always a pleasure.
Time to head to market, methinks.
Won't someone do aught about this?
There's aught to be said for peace and quiet.
Only person I believe in is myself. Mayhap a banquet was alluded
We shall remain here.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find.
How could it come to this? Wonder if anyone else shares my sorrows.
Any work's better than begging on the street.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
Heavens, Ben!
Thank you. I finally achieved my purpose here, and I owe it all to you. 'Twould seem the residents of the palace have chosen to treat Allard's untimely passing as an accident. I imagine they deemed it safer not to make a fuss of the incident after perusing the evidence you uncovered for me. Shrewd as a den of foxes. I'll give them that. I truly cannot thank you enough. But I want to try. Just this once, I'll give you something special. I'll grant unto you the sweetest of dreams. I know not what I would do without you. You have my thanks, but 'tis time to say farewell for now. Just know that my bordlery will e'er be your haven, should you have need of it.
I'm just grateful I got
What can I throw in?
Sometimes this is the only place I can find.
Tis all rather sudden, but I suppose we've no reason to refuse. Shall we make for the point of departure? Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location. We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Have a look. The soldiers have been making a fuss over some strange temple in the sea. Pleasure doing business with you.
This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
About time you showed up. We've been waiting for you. Our mission is simple. Sir Augustin will board the ox cart, and we must safeguard it from would-be assailants till it reaches its destination. See to it that none approach. The Queen Regent's supporters will come for Sir Augustin's head. Of this, we can be certain. Oh, a quiet day is a welcome one. Come along now. What was that sound? Who's there?
Hold a moment. I'll be handling Augustin's escort from here.
Foul brigand! We shan't allow Sir Augustin to fall prey to the likes of you!
There's no need for theatrics. I know your aim here. Ah, here's a surprise. We met at the tavern, remember? Fair warning, cuz this craven isn't worthy of your trust.
He speaks madness! Subdue him at once, ere he injures our noble charge!
Why, if 'tisn't Sir Rag...
You would betray me. Have you lost all sense?
You believe me, then? That's a bit of a relief, actually. Thanks, cuz.
Curse you! All that planning and... for what?
Phew! I appreciate the confidence, cuz 'twas a welcome surprise. But I can't linger here, I'm afraid. My apologies for this. Follow after me, if you can. Succeed, and I'll share the truth of all of this.
The decision is yours, Arisen. I trust in your judgment.
Tis a glad thing we rested when we did. We must not let down our guard.
Well done, Master! Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
You have my protection.
Putting that aside, ours is a party of women, by and large.
And yet, no two of us are the same.
We're unlikely to find any warm hearths down here.
Tread carefully. One never can be too cautious.
Understood.
Hoy there. I take it you lost your footing as well? You seem to have fared better than I did. I took the fall for Augustin, only to find myself waist deep in monsters. Still, so long as he escaped, I'd wager that makes this a job well done. Speaking of, I was to tell you the truth behind all of this, wasn't I? I'll be glad to oblige you, of course, but we ought to get moving first. What say I explain while we search for an exit? Time to get to work. Not bad. From what I've seen of your skills during that mess in the tavern and today's business, I can say you're really something. And my word ought to carry a fair bit of weight, considering my reputation as a warrior of unparalleled skill. Though of late, I've mostly been playing escort to spineless nobles. Turns out, as a sellsword proves himself, the list of those who can afford his services grows shorter and comes to be written in finer ink. Makes for a duller life, though I can't say I've any complaints about the weight of my pockets. Still, I hunger for a real battlefield, where a single misstep spells death. I crave the simplicity of it. There's naught else like it. The clashing of bodies and wills. I'd not say no to a fight with you. Let's have at it when I'm all healed up, eh? Mayhap, I'll not give you a choice in the matter. I'm not sure what's brought me here. I suppose I'll have a few drinks and hit the hay. That escort mission was a trap concocted entirely for your benefit, you know. It was supposed to give those responsible a means to incriminate you. But Augustin is no fool. He had his doubts about his summons to Vermin and hired me to watch over him in an unofficial capacity. So I looked into the cart that would be escorting him, and lo and behold, I found your name. But 'twasn't on the list of hired guards, oh no. Rather, your name was on the list of persons to be on guard for. In short, you had been called in to act the part of the culprit. Mark my words, if you'd carried on with them, Augustin would have been slain, and you would have been held responsible. You'd not have stood a chance against all that if it hadn't been for me. Aye, methinks I've earned my pay this time, and then some. I protected my charge and got you away from the scene without your being branded a murderer and thrown in jail. Now all that remains is to escape this place. I expect we'll find a way out soon enough, if we only press on. Still, I've got to wonder where this craven plot came from, and what you did to warrant it. One thing's for certain, you must have powerful enemies in Vermin. But why? 'Tis not as though you're the arisen true. What? You are the Arisen? Ha! 'Tis a small world indeed. You've piqued my interest even further, cuz I've no business here. Best I hit the road. Right, let's press on. Judging from the flow of air here, the exit can't be far. Well, this is a right awful place to be cut short. At least you made it out all right. Don't worry, cuz. I'll be fine on my own. After all, I can't afford to die here. We haven't had ourselves a real bout yet. We'll see each other again. You can count on that. And when we do, you'd best be ready for the fight of your life.
We are reunited at last, Master. I do hope you encountered no trouble in the cave.
'Tis done. Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area. Perchance you'd like to see it.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
Are we to remain here? Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
You have our gratitude. Please.
Over here, if you please. Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it. I'd wager there's ought to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service so far commissioned. Residing in Batar. Shall we go and meet with him? Certainly, Master. I can take you. You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
It seems we have enraged our foe. Might we not use their rage to our advantage? Of course. If we're to have any hope of victory, we must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal.
Yes, of course. I see it now. Follow me, if you would.
Fire is There is no cause for reckless action. We need only be consistent. Understood. Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt. Master, I discovered a treasure chest hereabouts during my last journey beyond the rift. Shall I guide you to it? Yon statue makes for a fine landmark.
Climbing it would grant a clearer picture of our environs. Ice attacks will soon see this foe felled. Pray, be cautious. This foe has an alarming fondness for those it perceives as female. Such single-mindedness makes our enemy predictable, but not necessarily easier to counter. One of us has been drenched! I knew you would prevail, Master. Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues. Outstanding.
otherwise. We mustn't allow— I knew that I could count upon your strength,
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
One can see far to the distance from here.
We are alone here, methinks. Perhaps we might stop a moment and find our bearings.
Right you are. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
Wonder what rumors the morrow has in store.
Clean and tidy. What else needs doing?
Yeah, here. I'll not hang about.
I'm about ready for a break.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
My bed, please.
This is just what I needed.
I book to be getting back to
Feels eerie with no one about.
Aye. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. Aye. Good luck to you. For so long as we are united in our resolve to slay the dragon, you shall have my aid.
us must gird ourselves with knowledge.
I've not much to offer you, sir, I fear.
I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest.
Well met, sir. For bread and board, you'll find none better.
We must rest, though the sun is still up. I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. Ready to forge on?
Swapping stories is one of life's...
See, this village is our home now. Fate willing, we'll live out the rest of our days here in peace.
I'll go and open the chest.
Suppose that's enough for one day.
That old fool lost a day without me.
I've heard a blacksmith of singular skill resides in Vatbatal. Perhaps he could restore the regalia sword? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Getting in anyone's way.
Here we are.
What you need. Can't put a price on quality. Can't put a price on quality. Look around if you take it easy, but be sure to buy more. No one around here to
How might I be of service? Given the state of things, I may have to close the inn ere long. I fear for the future of this nation, sir. Always a pleasure.
A customer, then. That changes things. If 'tis a blacksmith you need, I can't help you. I'm retired, see? Oh ho! 'Tis a regalia sword you want restored, is it? That's a first. All right, give us a look then. Now here's a masterwork of craftsmanship if I e'er saw one. Not to blow my own horn, but I wager I'm the only blacksmith who could set this ailing steel to rights. But, as I've said, I've lain down my tools, and before you start begging, know that I don't intend to pick them back up. Well, why are you still standing there? Leave an old man in peace.
That went rather poorly, I fear. What are we to do now?
Beg pardon, sir, but I couldn't help overhearing your conversation with Brocker. You'll have to forgive him. He's been in a foul mood ever since we got cut off from the fuel for our forge. Though, he's always been a bit crotchety, come to think of it.
Enough cheek, you wool-brained wastrel! Now, I'm off to the tavern. Can I count on you to mind things here while I'm gone?
Of course you can. You go enjoy yourself. Psst. Hang about, eh? When he's gone, you and I can talk.
The so-called forbidden mag-
'Twas special made to use glimmer coal, mined from a nearby cavern. Till the monsters settled in, that is. Neither of us can go anywhere near the place now. Listen, Brocker's too proud to ask for help, but I'm not. Would you be willing to go out to the cavern and mine us up some glimmer coal? I'll take as much as you can carry. Should you succeed, I reckon he'll change his mind about restoring that blade of yours. Now, true to its name, glimmer coal emits a pale light. So you'll want to cast your eyes about for any glowing spots when you get to the cavern. Oh, suppose you'll be needing the name of the place. Digger's Ruins 'tis called. I'll count on you to bring lots of the stuff back.
If we can procure some glimmer coal from Digger's Ruins, Sir Broker ought to have a change of heart about the regalia sword. Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
A customer, then. That changes things.
Can't make a living if I get myself in this.
Pray, follow me. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard. I thank you. 'Tis a great kindness you've shown me.
Now I've got you! Well done, Master.
Battle is best avoided here.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Very well. I shall return.
Unless I am much mistaken, we have cause to visit a place not far from here.
'Tis worth considering, if we've the time. Tis in caverns such as these that monsters thrive.
Narrow passages may await us. Be on your guard.
By your leave.
Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow, and mind the ceiling.
Naught can threaten us if we watch each other's backs.
Knackers! Flame will accomplish little against this foe. Never have I encountered such a strategy.
Now that is a surprise.
I see you've been ranged. Fly off as soon as you can.
Our foe is not yet routed.
That was certainly worthwhile.
We've scoured the place from top to bottom. I very much doubt there's aught left to find now.
Let us make for a safe location where we might regain our... strength.
Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its last.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful, should we encounter another speaker.
'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
Look out! Knackers!
That was superb, Arisen. A fine thing, this. A pit. It is wasted on us.
There's no harm in keeping it on hand till a use presents itself.
You haven't forgotten us, have you, Master? As a matter of fact, have you always pursued your current vocation over the course of your journey with the Arisen? The streets of Batal no longer seem so foreign. I still remember my first glimpse of the Fire Fair.
Someday, I hope to see stronger ties forged twixt Batal and Vermund. 'Twould be to the benefit of both nations. We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
Shall we set it rolling?
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. It is hard to find my footing in this darkness.
You're like to grow overburdened, picking up every little trinket you find. Light! Most unpleasant. Ice attacks work wonders against their ilk. One of us has been drenched! Superb, Arisen.
Many thanks for healing me, Arisen. Focus. A moment of a decision will spell out doom. Now I understand.
This looks as if 'twould fetch a hefty sum.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide. Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
I expect that's a
Common occurrence in our line of work. What's up there? I can't make much out from here, but I've a feeling 'twill be worth the climb. This ought to suffice, unless you'd rather mine for more, Master.
I quite agree. Tis rather high. It might be beyond our reach.
A well-organized pack is my speciality. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
How very inspired. I cannot wait to return beyond the rift and inform my own master of this. As a matter of fact, every master I've ever served has favored different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists.
Each to their own.
We were very thorough. Whatever secrets this place held ought to be ours now.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Well met.
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Look around if you must, but be sure to buy aught.
You're back. Have you any glimmer call for me? That's plenty. Many thanks. Brocker, we've got more glimmer coal. Now we can reignite the forge.
'Tisn't the forge what needs igniting, girl, but your fool ears. I've told you my smithing days ended when those monsters moved in. I've no use for glimmer coal anymore. I'm done, understand? I'll not hear another word about that rusted hunk of steel. If you're so keen to have it repaired, then see to it yourself. Now leave me be. My mattress beckons.
Oh, I was certain he'd pick up his tools again if we only had more glimmer coal. My apologies for putting you to all that trouble, sir, but mayhap your efforts needn't go to waste. I could try my hand at repairing that sword for you, if you'd be agreeable. Way I see it, if old Brocker's the only smith with the skill to see it done, then I'm your best hope, being as I'm his apprentice and all. Well, what say you? I'm grateful for your trust, sir. You'll soon see your faith was well placed. Mayhap not soon as 'twere. I fear I'm a novice in the truest sense. I'll be needing some time. But I'll see it done all the same. You have my word. Mark me. This blade will be shining like a star by the time I'm finished with it.
Sir Sara is apprenticed to the legendary dwarven blacksmith. There's no doubt in my mind that she will succeed.
We're here, Master.
I'm grateful for your trust, sir. You'll soon see your faith was well placed. Mayhap not soon as 'twere.
I'm a master of the craft, I am.
The so-called Forbidden Magic Research Lab appears to have been constructed rather recently.
Indeed. And the researchers employed there are as tight-lipped as they come.
'Tis all very secretive. I wonder what the citizenry make of it.
Hoy! Looking to change your vocation, perchance? No need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim. You've naught to lose, and you might even make a new discovery. Many thanks. Go.